You could go for the Grandmaster Ninja or Master Bomber when using a Shinobi strategy, or you could try going for Perma Brew instead and just keep that Bloon Jitsu but have it Perma Brewed. This is a very interesting idea that I decided to see how much better would it be in Chimps mode. So I'm going to be taking this on to hashtag Chimps, where I've done some strategies like, of course, with Grandmaster Ninja and Master Bomber 2. Those were with Oben though, and it's a lot more effective to do it with Sai for Master Bomber and Gwen for the Grandmaster Ninja. They get like about 70,000 cash spare. It's pretty cool, but with Oben, which ones I did, it actually got a lot worse. So I'm going to be taking this with Sai for the Perma Brew strategy. So it's just going to be a bunch of Perma Brewed ninjas in the middle with 3 Bloon Jitsus, and of course the rest would just be Shinobis, and they'll all get the Perma Brew buff. It's going to be really compact. They're all going to be in there, and they're going to be able to do an insane amount of damage. On top of that, we're going to be going for some cash spare and seeing if this is actually comparable and how much better it is compared to the other strategies in a black border. All of them, though, are actually pretty good, just as a general consensus, and you definitely can do a black border with all 3 of them. Very nice. The Perma Brew one's just a bit harder to save into, and overall, just because saving into the Grandmaster Ninja is the easiest, that one just tends to be the easiest. It's a lot cheaper of a tier 5 than the Perma Brew or Master Bomber, so you can do that. I'm going to be doing a bit of a greedy early game here, of course. I'm going to be going for removing that water very early on in round 27 to get a ninja in the middle, and I'm going for 1 ninja at the bottom, which will be turned into Shinobi, and 1 201 ninja, which will be the only wasted cash, along with the 100 sniper. But those 4 darts and the base sniper are needed for the early game, so just a little bit of wasted money. Not really a whole lot though, pretty impressive, and I'll be able to go straight for an alk buffed Jitsu going into round 40, which is going to be really neat. From there, it's just going to be getting up those villages and a lot of placements, so going to be trying to get all 20 of them in. Well, I can't get all 20 of them, at least most of them. If you can pull off the start where you get no darts in the center, so like all outside, then you can get all 20 in the middle there, but I didn't take the effort to kind of look into that. You would, I guess, be able to get a more effective setup if you do the 4 darts on the outside, because then you're going to be getting more Shinobi stacks on the Shinobis themselves, which I guess is a bit stronger, but I didn't really take the effort into doing that, so it's a little bit less than optimal, but it's still pretty much the same. It's just like a little bit more damage on a bunch of the on a few of the Shinobis, I mean. So for round 40 here, we can beat this with just 1 extra ninja, and then those guys, and then I'm going to be going for discounts. One important thing is I'm going to be putting the villages on the right side of the ninja, because on the left side is where round 100 is coming out, and I need as many Shinobis on that side because I am going to be lacking single target damage big time. I'm going to be going for the 2nd Jitsu and then a 3rd Jitsu, and then from there we can spam the Shinobi ninjas. I'm just going to speed things up and start placing all of the ninjas, so while that goes on, enjoy some music, and we'll come back when we get the Perma Brew in the 80s. So now saving up for the Perma Brew, I'm not really going to have too many issues. The 3 Shinobi buffed Jutsus are indeed really strong, and I do have some side abilities to use whenever I need them coming in. And I also am not going to get all 20 stacks because it's a little bit cheaper to just cut a few Shinobis and just go for 3 Jutsus instead of 2 Jutsus with 20 Shinobis. That's at least what I found. I did one game before this where I did 2 with 20 Shinobis, and it just didn't work out quite as well with this. So I got that up, and then we got the Perma Brew, and it took a while to Perma Brew everything, but once everything is Perma Brewed, it was doing very well. There was a lot of damage to DDTs, so really DDTs just got swept like crazy. No issue there at all. I am going to need to get a glue strike to be able to beat round 100, so I can get +3 damage again to everything, which is going to be doing a lot of damage. So we'll be able to take out round 100 with that, and then everything else can go out pretty well. Size is going to be pretty critical to be able to beat round 98, just because there's a little bit too much, and those ZMGs do get too far without that, so size scream is going to be kind of needed there. And then also I placed side down there, so on round 100 I could stun the DDTs when they come out. Now this was working out really well. I thought it was going to do amazing. I had a ton of cash spare. Unfortunately, there was just a few shortcomings, and due to a few things, I wasn't able to get off like as clean as I wanted to. And also just because the Perma Brew itself is pretty expensive, this is not going to be able to get as much cash spare as the other 2 options, the Grandmaster Ninja or the Master Bomber. On round 98, I was able to take this out really well. Just scream right there, and everything's gone. And I was just expecting to not have to get anything to beat round 99, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. Mostly because I needed to use the stun on round 99, and then when round 100 came, I didn't even have enough damage. I thought this would be like enough damage to be able to take it out, but we aren't even able to get 50k spare. I do need to get like a whole overdrive, and that was because I didn't have the stun to stun the DDTs when those ended up leaking. So yeah, only 47k spare, not as much as I would have liked, but it's alright, I guess. Thanks for watching. If you want to help out the channel, you can check out these new videos, like and subscribe for more content, support the channel by becoming a member, and joining the Discord to chat with the community. Bye!